And we are live. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another Dreamers Tell All live interview with Engage Your Dreams. I'm your host, Afiesha Payne. And here with me today is Sharice Lenore and Jamie Burnett. So I am excited for this Dreamers Tell All interview. I'm going to give you all a few minutes to come on. In the meantime, I have a song playing in the background. And today we are in for a treat. I do have a few giveaways during this live. And as you're coming on this broadcast, please share the live stream. Share it with your friends, your family. Let me make sure that I share this as well. It's a beautiful day. Hi, everyone that's coming on. Just within a few minutes. Give everyone time to come on. And for those who are going to watch the replay, hi, Prophetess Samantha Benton Lucas. We're going to get started shortly. Hi, Glenn Payne. Thank you. Gonna get started in 1 minute. As you're coming on, please share this broadcast. All right. So hi, everyone. Welcome back to another Dreamers Tell All live edition with Afiesha Payne. So I am excited again. We have Jamie Burnett and we have Sharice Lenore. So I'm going to let Jamie and Sharice tell us a little bit about themselves. So Jamie, I'm going to start with you first. I want you to tell me about your background and how does your education and work experience correlates to your business.
Okay. Well, good afternoon to Afiesha and good afternoon, Sharice, and to everyone that is out there. Thank you so much for watching today. I'm so happy to be here, honored to be here alongside these beautiful, wonderful, powerful women. And so a little bit about me. I am the president of Coburn Enterprises, which is a diverse agriculture business. And although I am a self-described suburban girl, I've been in the suburbs / city for the majority of my life. I now reside in a rural area. And I'm very thankful to have an enterprising husband, and we have been engaging our dreams with God and making good use of the area that we are in, and God opening our eyes to see the possibilities in the area and the land which we live. And so I grew up in the Washington, D.C. area. I have never been an outdoorsy person, but by God's providence, here I am. And our main focus right now is we raise honeybees. Wow. And so it's quite a journey from how I got to be from a city girl to doing agriculture, but it's been an amazing journey. And my educational background is in Near Eastern Studies, which is the ancient study of the Middle East, as well as theology. And so really, Even though it wouldn't seem like those things are related, it actually has given me a great theological foundation and a great way. It's given me a foundation to help me know how to approach business. So I think that even though it wouldn't seem like on the surface they're related, it's actually given me the very background for what I need to be a successful businesswoman of integrity. So I'm glad to
That
be
is
here.
amazing. What is a pleasure to have you here with us, Jamie. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. And Miss Sharice, tell
It,
me a little bit about your background
it
and
is
how
such
does your education and work
okay.
experience correlates to your business?
Awesome. It is an honor and privilege to be on this platform. I'm very, very humbled right now to be able to share. So a little bit about me. My background, my educational background is in business administration with a minor in marketing and advertising. It was originally supposed to be medicine. I thought I was going to be a trauma surgeon. I wanted to be in that operating room. I was definitely going to be the queen of Grey's Anatomy. That was what I thought my calling was. And I'll never forget having a teacher tell me that even though I had quick hands, my heart was too involved in being a trauma surgeon. You can't make an emotional decision. And I was like, well, you know what? Let me go after business. But after college, after school, the thing that drew me was the mortgage field, everything related to real estate. So I began my journey in real estate from being a licensed realtor to a licensed mortgage loan officer. I've ran some of the biggest mortgage companies, credit unions running their mortgage department. And that was kind of my passion. But in the midst of that, because I'm a very introverted person, believe it or not, I like my quiet and private space, but knowing that God called me to marketplace ministry was a different experience. So even in being in that, I've always been in the works of helps of coaching. I've been doing coaching, life coaching, business coaching since 1996 before it became a thing. I was doing that. But as I was working in corporate America, there's such a love and a passion to want to be able to help people of color specifically with financial education, with financial literacy, with understanding what it is to own some things and financial wellness and integrity. So I found myself beginning to venture off and the Lord speaking to me to launch my companies, Flip My Legacy, which houses Legacy Flipper Academy, which is a financial firm that teaches financial integrity, independence, budgeting, credit, the power of credit, how to diversify credit the right way, how to use it, but also for us small business owners, how to build your business credit, how to truly build a strong foundation with God being that foundation that you build it upon. So I began to merge over into that arena with a strong focus on helping I'm sorry, I don't know what just happened. I don't know what just happened. Um, am I back in? Can you
Okay,
guys
that's
hear me?
fine.
Okay.
We can
With
see you.
being able to help people own homes. I went through the housing crisis in 2008. I worked for a very, very large company, and that was one of the most heartbreaking times for me. So for 4 years, I traveled and I watched family after family after family lose their home, lose their livelihood because of the recession. And I wanted to make a difference. And it's one thing to put a person in the house, it's another thing to make sure you give them the tools to help them be able to stay in their house and also teach people how not to live above their means and how to really be able to schedule their money and tell their money where to go by understanding biblical principles when it comes to giving and when it comes to money and how money is supposed to work for you. So my life kind of turned from there and I left corporate America a few years ago to go full time into my companies, which is housed by Raleigh Lenore Enterprises. So we do that now full time. We take personal clients. We do boot camps with helping people all over the globe now, not just secure home ownership, but get into real estate investing, build good credit, and also learn integrity where their money and credit is concerned. So on top of just those passionate things when it comes to helping people navigate life.
That is amazing. Jamie and Sharice, you both are doing amazing things in the community. And it's one of the things, it's really wonderful to see that when you have a passion for something and you are the solution to the problems that you are seeing. And as business owners, as dreamers, it's good to be a solution to the problem. Moving on, Miss Jamie, who and
Hey.
what motivates you to pursue your dreams and visions?
Oh, wow. Well, I think that any dream or vision, whether a person acknowledges it or not, I can speak for myself. My dreams are God given dreams. And so, because I know that it's something that God put within me during the times when I maybe want to give up, the times when I don't feel like um, dealing with business stuff, I have to go back to that foundation about this is something that God gave me. And in addition to that, a big motivator for me is self-fulfillment and fulfilling my sense of purpose. There are times in business when you don't have anybody to cheer you on except you. And you have to be very self-motivated in order to be in the business world. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, you have to be able to find the strength within to keep pushing. And so my own sense of fulfillment, my own sense of purpose, and why God put me here is very important to keeping me motivated. And then a third factor, of course, is my family. I believe every person, when you're in business, you have to have a why, and it is your why that is going to keep you motivated. And so the Bible tells us that a good person, a good man, a good woman leaves an inheritance for their children's children. And so my husband and I don't do this business alone. It's my husband and I together, but we are passionate and want to ensure that our seed in the earth, our children and our children's children have something of us that we have helped to create for them, so that some of the struggles, some of the potholes that we fell into, that they don't have to worry about those things. So anytime that I've need a little motivation, I look into my husband's face, and we and we motivate each other, and we think about our children and what this business is doing for them and will do for them in the future. So,
That is amazing.
yeah.
Cherise, who and what motivates you to pursue your dreams and visions?
Whew. Um, in the beginning, it was my mother. Watching the life of my mom, being a daughter of a woman who originally was an addict, who gave me up when I was 2 years old, the life that I lived, but watching God mend and mold that relationship. And when I began to learn about her and her past and what she endured and what she overcame, to watch this woman stand up and hold jobs that her education said she should never and would never hold, to watch people look at her and not even know what her past was because she didn't look like what she'd been through, but to have enough faith in me to push me to tell me that whatever I put my mind to do, that I could do it. So when I originally began to move forward and trust God to pursue my dreams, even when it didn't look like I should be able to, that gave me the courage and the motivation to do so. After losing her in 2010, that motivation to continue was something she instilled in me. And that is, God put you in this earth for a purpose. And your job is to find that purpose and to go after it no matter what it feels like. Long after that feeling is gone, long after the highs is gone, when nobody else is cheering you on, there is somebody you don't know that's watching you, that your life is encouraging. So you have to keep moving. So what inspires me is that unknown person to me, that person who I don't even realize that I've been an encouragement to, that they look at me as a mentor, that they watch how I live and how I move in the earth, for them to begin to dream again. God hasn't blessed me with my own children. I don't have the husband and all of those things yet, but I know that there are people that look at me and that depend on me to win, because if I can win with them knowing my story, my background, I wasn't supposed to make it. I wasn't supposed to be here today. I was supposed to die in the womb. Then I was trying, so many things came against me as a child to take me out. So me being here today, the testament that I am today in my right mind, running 3 successful companies, owning my own, is a testament to other people that no matter what your situation or your story is, that you can pick it back up, you can dream again, and you can achieve all. That actually keeps me motivated. And knowing that when I wake up, I can hear God say, okay, good daughter. You didn't do so good yesterday, but you can get it right today. You didn't hit this mark yesterday, but you can get it right today. That keeps me encouraged. That keeps me motivated right now, on my journey of this thing called dreaming, called entrepreneurship, and on this journey called life.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you both. Jamie, tell me about a time when an unforeseen event occurred in your life that caused a delay to your dreams.
Oh, yes. I think probably the biggest tragedy that I've experienced personally in my life that caused a delay in my dreams was the passing of my father. My father was I'm a as much as I love my mother, and shout out to her. I was definitely a daddy's girl, and he was my mentor. He was my first mentor in life, in ministry, everything. And he passed away unexpectedly. And it was during a time that I was in grad school, and I was a graduate assistant, and doing all those things. And during he was ill for for a certain period of time, and I was assisting with taking care of him until he passed. And so I had to readjust my schedule to help take care of him. And so I had to kind of put my schooling on hold a little bit because of that. But his passing, because I was a daddy's girl and kind of spoiled, to be quite honest, his passing actually forced me to grow up in a way that I needed to. And so realizing that in some regard, the safety net that I had relied on wasn't there, I had to figure some things out, pretty quickly. And even though I had to put my degree on hold for a little while, and it took me some time to finish it, I do want to encourage those of you who have had, life happens to all of us. There are things that come in our lives that we don't expect, that we don't foresee. And the first thing you have to do is give yourself a little bit of grace. I am type A when it comes to achieving things. I'm an overachiever. I am very self-motivated. I am ambitious when it comes to accomplishing my goals. And oftentimes it results in me being overly critical of myself and being super hard on myself. And so when I wasn't on schedule with my degree, it caused me to experience feelings like I was failing, even though in reality, I wasn't failing. It's just life has happened. So I want to encourage those of you who have experienced something, a tragedy, a trauma, any type of delay in your schedule. I would tell you to extend yourself some grace and take the time that you need to repivot. Take the time that you need to evaluate where you are and where you want to be. And don't be so hard on yourself, because you can start again. And a lot of times these experiences, even though it was unexpected and no one likes death, it did force me to evaluate who I was as a person. And where I needed to grow. And because of that, it helped to form me into the woman that I am today. So extend yourself some grace. God wastes no experiences, even though God may not be the cause of what happened. God does not waste your experience. God doesn't let anything go to waste. So ask God, how will you utilize this to help me in my future?
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Jamie. Cherise, this question is for you. This is a different question. We all know that change is inevitable. How do you adapt to change as a business owner?
Whew. I actually embrace change, believe it or not. I feel like change shows your growth. It stretches you in areas that you never expected to be stretched. I had to grow into that and understand change in my personal life, because there was so much change growing up as a kid, you know, being adopted at 2 years old, then moving from family to family, house to house. By the time I hit high school, I had to been to 12 different schools from kindergarten up to graduation time. So change was all that I knew throughout my life. So in business, the one thing that I learned, and I had to learn pretty quickly, is the fact that just because you're in business, you don't know everything about everything. And times and seasons always change. And if there's a changing of the time and season, that means there's going to be a change in your business. So as you grow your business, the way you used to do things, you're going to have to elevate it to another level. It's not comfortable. I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh, I like changing. It's so easy and it feels so good. It doesn't. Even though I embrace it, it is very uncomfortable, because once you get to the point of knowing how now I got everything working smooth, this is how everything is going to flow. When it's time to change and shift and take things to another level, a lot of times you have to abandon what you had before, and you have to upgrade your business. You have to upgrade your mindset about it. You got to upgrade your vision when it comes to it. You have to stretch yourself in ways that you never thought possible. Just like this past week, I shared the testimony a little bit on social media, where change had to come for me in my business. I had invested a couple of thousands of dollars in 2020 to a company to build my website. I am not tech savvy. I don't know anything about website building codes and all of that fun stuff. I know nothing about it. I believe operating your gift. That's not my gift. That's not my anointing. It's not my ministry. Well, a year and 3 months later, I still didn't have a website, but yet I have this business. God had sustained it through word of mouth, but I could not grow it and make it seamless without having certain things in place. A week ago, I was walking through my house, I was praying. And as I was praying, the Holy Spirit said, do you trust me to open up and give you what you need to build your website yourself? And quickly I said yes. And I said, wait a minute, hold on, wait, God, what you mean? Me building myself? I don't know how to do this. I came and I sat in my office for 3 days straight. I knocked everything off my desk. I punched a couple of walls. I threw some things down. I cried so many tears because it was so uncomfortable. It was very, very hard. It was very frustrating because I had no clue what I was doing. And I finally just took a deep breath. I said, God, you told me to trust you. I'm going to trust you. And 3 days later, I had a fully functional website that you would have thought was built by a pro. Now, don't ask me how I did it. Don't ask me to build your website. But that level of change to stretch me in an area that I refused to go in, because I didn't want to go that route. I would pay someone, but God allowed me to see that if you're going to be successful in business, if you're going to be successful in reaching every dream I gave you, there are going to be some things that comes your way that other people are not going to be able to touch it. They're not going to be able to deliver. And you're going to have to step into a place that's uncomfortable for you. And you're going to have to learn it. You're going to have to do it. You're going to have to trust me when you can't trace me. You're going to have to be able to trust me even when it's not your knowledge, it's not your educational background. And I'm going to prove to you that my hand is on what I've called you to do. So it has been a journey, but it's been I call it a teaching moment. So when I'm now helping other emerging entrepreneurs with their business models, with their business, with their dreams, I'm letting them know, listen, some things, it's going to be hard. It's going to be uncomfortable. But if God gave it to you, it sounds cliche, but it's so true. If he gave it to you, he will bring you through it. Every growing point, everything you need for your business, if God gave it to you, if he gave it to you, everything you need, he will make sure you have the ability to do it. So that's how I persevere through. I may mumble in the beginning. I do repent if I get a little off. And then I'm like, okay, God, let's just do it. Why? Because if I don't embrace change in my business, I won't be in business much longer.
That is wonderful.
Bro, I can't manifest. I can't reach the people that God has called me to reach if I'm not willing to change, because as it grows, it upgrades. And so I have to upgrade with it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I want everyone that is listening, if you can just type in the comment, let us know that you are enjoying this live interview. If you have any questions, if you any questions for the future Dreamers Tell All interview, please post it in the comments. We are happy to hear your questions. And also, I'm going to pause a little bit. We're going to take a brief break, intermission. I'm going to do a giveaway. So we do have Engage Your Dreams theme song release. So I'm going to give away this CD to a lucky person that is on this live. Please post. I'm looking at the comments. I'm going to pick someone randomly. Just post your comments. Let us know that you're enjoying this Dreamers Tell All. Hi, Kimberly Sproul. Hi, Glenn. Hi, Yovander. Janaver, if you have any questions for our guest, please feel free to share it. Janaya, we have Kimberly Watkins. Korean, we have Samantha, Mandy, Keen, Cherise Yabro, Damita, all right. Kimberly Sproul, you are a lucky winner of this beautiful CD, Engage Your Dreams. Glenn Payne, I see you said Janaya Baker. Okay, I'll go ahead and give another CD away. So we have Kimberly Sproul and Janaya. You guys are a lucky winner. Please inbox me, or you can email me at apayne@engageyourdreams.com, or inbox me at Afiesha Payne on Facebook, or you can message me. You can visit my website at www.engageyourdreams.com and message me there. I'm going to go ahead and ship these CDs out to both of you, Kimberly Sproul and Janaya Baker. So I will need you both information. Thank you so much. All right, we are going to continue with the interview. Miss Cherise, I'm coming right back to you. Can you describe your company's core values?
I can. I actually pulled it up and typed it out because I'm like, sometimes I get a little over my words, but my company core values is to operate in kingdom business with integrity, to inspire, to inform, to educate, and also to ignite the hearts and minds of men and women globally. We want them not just to pursue their purpose and embrace their destiny, but to also be mentally free, emotionally free, financially free, as well as free from physical, emotional, and spiritual trauma that keep them bound in their mind, in their finances. We want to help people build legacies that create generational wealth for families. So that is the value, the core values of our company: operating in integrity, empowering, inspiring, educating, and pushing people to their next, even when they feel they can't get there, pushing them and holding their hand along the way.
Thank you so much. Miss Jamie, can you describe your company core values?
Absolutely. Two of our core values are, number one, to operate in integrity. I think that that's definitely important, and it's very much similar to what Cherise was sharing about being a people of integrity, also being a business of excellence. You know, I have a friend of mine, a pastor friend, who said that no one puts money into a machine that says out of order. And so, yeah, no one puts money into a machine that says out of order. And so we as business people, everyone starts somewhere, and we want to, continue to grow. And the piece about upgrading that Sharice was talking about is so important. But wherever you start with what you have, make sure that you're presenting the very best. And I don't only mean just kind of in the accoutrements of business, but also in customer service, because customer service is an area that in today's time, it seems to be lacking in a lot of areas. And so being excellent in how you serve people. Remember, people don't have to patronize your business. People don't have to come to you for what they need, even though you may have what they need. If your attitude is terrible, if you're not a person of your word, those kinds of things really will come back to bite you, because it's as simple as a bad Google review or a Yelp review or something like that can really set you back. So being excellent all the way around in your presentation, how you interact with people, be polished, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be yourself, but be the best version of you, in how you're presenting yourself and your product or your service to the world. So that's what we strive to do. Additionally, one of our core values, because we focus on agriculture, is making sure that our products are ethically sourced. We care about the earth. We do have honey. That's what our main product is. However, we care about the honeybees. There are ways that we raise our bees, that we harvest the honey, we take care of them, and we want to make sure that the product that we're giving to people is not just something we threw together, but our heart is in it, integrity is in it, it was ethically sourced, and it shows care about creation, because the very first thing that God gave us to take care of was the earth. And we only get, at least at this time, this is the earth that we have until God makes all things new. This is the earth that we have, and we have to take care of it and everything that's in it. So that's really important to us, that we ethically source, and in all of our in everything that we do concerning our business, that we are ethical and people of integrity and excellence. So
thank you so much, Jamie. I'm going to stay with you. Another question for you. How do you balance family, business, and life?
I think I had to learn how to embrace the ministry of no. I had to learn how to set firm boundaries. And again, I, shared earlier that I am a very ambitious person when it comes to my goals. And so sometimes saying no can be difficult when you have goals to meet, when you have deadlines to meet, when you have personal goals that you're trying to achieve. But learning how to set those important boundaries and being in touch with yourself. I think self-love is so key when you are running a business or in life in general. Loving yourself. You can't be the best business person. You can't dream until you take care of yourself, until you take that moment to rest. And I think that the biblical concept of Sabbath is so important. We need to rest. We need time for our minds to rest and be unencumbered. There has to be a time where we are intentional about setting aside time to reflect, to rest, to think, to engage with our families. I can't be a good wife to my husband if I am drained, if I am running on empty, running on fumes. So all of those things about maintaining work-life balance, it really stems from a place of being in touch and in tune with yourself, your rhythms as a person, when you need to pull back, when you need to push forward. All of those things really come into play when it talks about balance. But it's important to have. We don't always get it right. But the important thing is that we're continuing to work towards having that healthy family work-life balance.
Thank you so much. Ms. Sharice, this question is for you. What are some attributes that you believe every dreamer should have?
Faith, for one. You can't have a dream if there's no faith. We all know what faith is: the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not yet seen. And that's what your dream is. Until it is manifested, it's really faith. You're believing in something, you're believing for something to be. And if you're going to be a dreamer that manifests their dreams, you have to have faith. Another key word that Pastor Jamie said too is that integrity and excellence. You have to be an integral person if you're going to be a dreamer. Your dreams have to be in alignment with your purpose. You have to make sure that what you're dreaming about is for the greater good. And what I mean by that is we live in a day and a time where we see so many people doing great things on great platforms, and our dreams become what's the word I want to use? They become stolen dreams, because it's not really my dream, but I see Pastor Jamie doing it, and she does it so well, and she has all of this huge following, and her business is so prosperous, and she has this and she has that, and I begin to covet her dream, calling it my dream, and it never really takes off. So you also have to have authenticity if you're going to be a dreamer. You have to make sure that the dream that you're dreaming about is an authentic dream for you, that is an authentic goal for you. Integrity, excellence, but most of all, faith. Because without faith, not only is it impossible to please God, but it's impossible to actually accomplish anything in life without a level of faith to bring it to pass.
Thank you so much. Jamie, tell me about a time when you had a difficult customer. How did you utilize some of the attributes to leave the customer happy?
Well, one of the main things, I have to circle back around to customer service. I think that's just, and to have good customer service, you have to um, be a person that knows how to engage well with people, and finding out what their objections are. It's inevitable in business that you're going to encounter a difficult customer, someone who has an issue, someone who they may come to you, or you may approach them and they are not completely sold about your product or your service. And I think a lot of business has to do with relationship. It's very much about interpersonal connections, and being able to relate to people, being relatable. Listening is a big skill that's important in dealing with a difficult customer, listening to what their concerns are, listening to what their questions are, having some discernment and being able to read through it if they're not quite articulating it, but being willing to kind of be patient and sort of ask those questions to engage them to really get at what the issue might be. And then I think really the golden rule is the golden rule. Always treat people the way that you want to be treated, even in moments where they may be a little spirited. They may not be in the best mood. A lot of times you can shift the atmosphere. You can shift the tenor of the conversation. You can shift it by not giving them back what they're giving you, but by you taking authority, okay, of the conversation, you taking authority in the situation and pivoting that and giving out grace, giving out professionalism, giving out empathy, giving out love, godly love, giving out compassion. Those kinds of things can help to diffuse a negative situation. And even at the end of the day, if you can't come to an agreement, at least you have represented yourself and you've represented your company well.
Thank you so much. Ms. Sharice, would you like to add to that?
Listen, she said it all. Because for me, I'm just gonna be honest. Don't take it the wrong way. Nobody listening. I don't deal with negative customers. Honestly,
You have not experienced that.
yeah, I really do a thing in the beginning processes with my company. I do a consultation in the beginning, just a few seconds, because I feel like we have to choose each other. because of the type of business that I'm in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not like I
Mhm.
have I do have products, but I'm not in a product facing service arena. I do believe customer service is important no matter what type of business that you're in. But customer service is important also in the standpoint as to what you're willing to accept. And I
That's
think
right.
we live in a day and time, especially being minorities who own businesses, that we just accept people's bad behavior, their bad attitudes, their criticism,
Very true.
because they can't get what they want when it's not what you offer. And I feel like handling that is understanding all money isn't good money. And that is the biggest thing that I had to learn in my business, that I don't care how much I need to take care of something or pay something. God is my
Mhm.
source. I'm not going to
Right.
take on a difficult client, because if you're difficult on the initial call, I already know what this process is going to be like for the next 6 months. In certain
Mhm.
situations, I'm not going to put myself in. I
Right.
feel like we have to be a good fit for one another. And if my spirit says, listen, you don't want that smoke, I'm going to stay away from the fire. And I think that's something that we have to remember being in business. You have to understand where the money is coming from, because all money is not good money. And that was something I had to learn really, really quickly in life, to where I get to pick and choose the clients that I want to deal with, the customers that I want to deal with. And if and when I have a customer that's not 100% satisfied, I like, let's sit down, let's have a grown conversation before you go to Yelp, before you go to Google, before you leave a bad review. What could we have done better? But that's also something I provide at the beginning of working with any new clients and customers, at the halfway point and at the end. How did we serve you, and how can we show up better moving forward? And it kind of helps draw a lot of, dissatisfaction, but it also helps me avoid having ongoing issues.
Thank you so much. And you are right. It's important to choose your customers. Not every customer is for you as business owners. Once you go through the evaluation process, then you'll be able to identify, I, as a dream coach, I do have questions that I ask each customer, before I take them on as a client, because it's very important. I want to know if I'm the right coach for you. Based on
Mm-hmm.
how you answer my questions, then I'll be able to tell, okay, I'll be able to take you on, or I'm so sorry, but I will not be able to take you on at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one more question for you both. It's going to be different. Miss Jamie, what advice would you give to someone who was once a dreamer but lost hope?
Mm. I would say try again. Try again. Oftentimes, when life happens to us, perhaps we have experienced in business a setback, or just in life, a setback, a failure, naysayers. Sometimes the people that you expect to be supportive of your dream, they're not as supportive, and it discourages you. I would say to you, get up, dust yourself off, try again, take the limits off of yourself. Because, and I used to, there's a saying that says the sky is the limit. I would say the sky is not the limit. The only limit that there is the limit that God and you set. That's what the limit is. The only someone that can limit you is, of course, we don't go beyond what God sets for us, but we are the ones that oftentimes limit ourselves. So take the limits off of yourself. Don't be move past those trigger points and those pressure points of fear, because often what is holding a lot of people back when they've experienced a setback is the fear to try again. But let me tell you, you have nothing else to lose if you step out there and try again. So I want you, no matter, listen, there's really quickly the story of Joseph. We know what happened with his dreams, and his dreams got him into trouble. But no, Joseph didn't know the process he was going to have to go through to get from the pit to the palace. But I want to tell you, if you're in the pit or in the prison, know that the palace is coming. Hang in there and don't be afraid to try again.
Thank you so much, Jamie. And Miss Cherise, this question is for you. What advice would you give to someone who has never dreamed and would like to engage in their dream? Who would like to start engaging in their dreams?
Um, so it's not impossible. It's hard for me to believe that people haven't had a dream before for something. I think a lot of times we like to say, I never had a dream about anything, when in fact we have, but we have limited ourselves, or we believe the lie that's been told to us, whether it's from childhood. Someone in our family said we wasn't good enough, we wasn't pretty enough, we wasn't skinny enough, we wasn't smart enough, we wasn't educated enough, we didn't have enough money. So it's not so much they haven't dreamed, they refuse to dream. So I would like to speak to the person who refuses to open up their mind to dream. And I would say to you once again, similar to what Pastor Jamie said, take the limits off of God. God can use anybody. He can use anything. And a lot of times we look at what other people are doing and we say, I can never do that. I can never make this impact. I can never. When you remove that from the equation and you put your blinders on, like horses, when they get ready to race, they put on these blinders so they can't look to the left or to the right. They can only see what's in front of them. If you put your blinders on and you begin to go before God and seek God to what he put in your belly, the gift and the talents he put in your hand, don't be like the man who took the talent that God gave and thought, oh, it's nothing. And if I lose this, God's going to be mad and buried in the ground. Allow your talent to make room for you so that God can bring you before great men. Don't be afraid, regardless of what your past has been, regardless of mistakes that you might have made, regardless of what your setbacks may look like in life, even when you have no support whatsoever. I'll share a little bit of my story in closing. I am out in Dallas, Texas by myself. I've pretty much been a loner my whole life. When I left South Florida at 18 to go away to college, I lived all up and down the East Coast. I've had dreams that I was afraid to step out on. Corporate America became my crutch because as long as I had that, I did not have to enact my dream. I didn't have to go after the things that I knew God put in me, nor did I have to even speak and confess that I had a dream because I was too afraid. Because I was always told, you think you cute, you're not cute. Nobody will ever love you. You won't be accepted. Nobody don't want to hear what you have to say. And those words spoken to me from the age of 2 all the way up, I didn't realize the impact that they played on my life in my adulthood, in every relationship in corporate America. And it hindered me for years from going forward to pursue my dreams and to pursue my purpose. I wouldn't even admit out of my mouth I had it, out of fear that I would never accomplish it. The moment I begin to take the blinders off and I begin to stop believing the lie of the enemy, and the only way for me to stop believing his lie, I had to know the truth. And I can only know the truth by knowing the truth source, which is God. And I can only know the truth source by getting into his word and beginning to spend time with him. It's the same way you develop a relationship. You don't get a husband or a wife to walk down the aisle unless you spent time with them, getting to know them and their behavior. So as I began to get in the word and the word began to show me who I was, it was a mirror for me to see who I was. It was God showing me who he called and created me to be. That gave me the confidence to say, you know what, even if I fail, even if it does not thrive, I am going to step out on faith and I'm going to move forward, even if it doesn't help nobody else but me. When we go to dream, we want to see that the moment that I say, oh, I'm doing this, or I'm starting a ministry, or I'm starting a business, or I'm going back to school, we want the fanfare, we want the big celebration in the beginning. And sometimes it doesn't happen that way. Even if you only touch the life of one person, that one person may go then touch the life of 10,000. And we have to get out of wanting the 10,000 up front and just be the change that we want to see in our own life. So if you are struggling with dreaming, if you are struggling with faith when it comes to not feeling good enough or not feeling adequate enough, I would tell you to pick that mirror back up and look again, because God don't create any junk. God don't make any mistakes. If he put it in you, if that thing is burning in you and no matter which way you turn, you can't get away from it, that is God urging and nudging you that it's your time to stand up and to go forward. But in order to do that, you have to know him. spend time in the Word, find out who God said you are, who He's called you to be, and begin to dream, even when it seems impossible. I am a living testament, a walking, breathing testament that no matter what they said about you, no matter the mistakes that you made yourself, no matter the times that you gave up yourself, you can get up. You can not only dream again, but and dream big. You can achieve every dream that you ever thought possible to be, and you can live in the manifestation of it on this side of heaven. I'm a living witness to that.
Thank you so much. You both did an amazing job. I enjoyed this interview. I enjoy this. I'm going to go back and watch the replay as well. So we are going to have another giveaway. Glenn Payne, I have him right here with me, my husband. We do have a legacy conference coming up in October. So I'm going to have him share a little bit about that, and he's going to do a giveaway ticket.
This was spontaneous. Okay, so the Legacy Conference is under the umbrella of a local nonprofit called Legacy Lives here in South Florida. And we function under two major principles: financial literacy and entrepreneurship. For example, you can't pass on your job to your children as a legacy. They can't. You have to pass on something more substantial, not just money, but pass on business, companies, stocks, something of substance that can make money, create money while you are gone for generations to come. The whole principle is bringing back legacy to our family, not just the African American community, but every community, every house. Bring back legacy. So this year, due to COVID, we're having it in a virtual environment. We do have a two-part session, whereas it would be what we call the Legacy Week, which begins on October 10th to the 14th. That's all open to the public, all access. We have various speakers coming in who are going to be sharing on how to send your child to college for free. Really? Free. Debt free. I should know how it feels. I have student loans. I don't want to give my children student loans. So therefore, what do I do? Ensure that they don't have to walk in the same shoes I walked in. We have other speakers coming in who'll be dealing with different areas of real estate, things that will make you walk away from the conference empowered. It's called an empowerment session where people can be empowered and taken away with nuggets. Then the main event day is actually on the 15th and 16th, which is an award ceremony, following the day would be afterwards would be the Legacy Conference, which actually includes multiple speakers talking about finances and also entrepreneurship. And a free ticket is being given away today on Engage Your Dreams.
Thank you. Thank you, Glenn, for that information. I want to talk briefly about another organization I'm a part of. It's the Discover the Beauty Within Extravaganza. Mandy Fresh Johnson is the visionary. We do have the 8th annual Discover the Beauty, which is the year of the thrust. So I am excited. It is going to be on August 28th. For more information, please visit www.dtbw2021.eventbrite.com to purchase your tickets. Okay, so Miss Sharice and Miss Jamie, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the floor so you can tell us a little bit of what you're doing in the community right now, starting with Miss Jamie.
All right. Well, we're actually gearing up in the upcoming year to work with youth regarding beekeeping. That's part of the way that we're giving back. We're going to be doing education. We're going to be doing some live exhibitions and things like that here in our community. So we're very excited. For those that don't know, the bee community is really becoming quite endangered. There are lots of threats and predators and disease that are affecting the bee population. And so we are at Coburn Enterprises, we're doing our part to try to alleviate and to build up the bee population. And one of the ways that we do that is by educating our youth, because they are the beekeepers, not only of tomorrow, but of today. So in the coming months, we'll be sharing more about specific dates and things like that. But that is the primary way that we're right now engaged with the community. So through education.
Thank you so much, Jamie. I can't wait to taste the honey. I'm going to order some. Miss Sharice? Can you tell us what you're
Um,
doing in the community right now?
Sure. Right now in the community, we have a couple of different things planned. We've already been doing, but we're getting back on the road now. Things kind of subsided, but here in Dallas, we are under an extreme threat with the Delta and the Lambda variant of COVID. So even though they're not shutting down, a lot of small business owners, we've decided to kind of, scale back on what we're doing. So to be able to help with what's getting ready to happen. We got a release about 2 weeks ago that there's about to be a crash in the housing market, especially out here in this area. And to kind of try to help avoid that a little bit, I decided to partner with some local realtors to be able to host some free educational workshops virtually online. From a lending standpoint, since I did lending for over 24 years of my career, to explain some of the options and the steps that homeowners have to be able to not only stay in their home, but different ways that they can create additional streams of income to be able to help, especially if they're in corporate America, they get laid off, and things of that nature. We have a lot of companies out here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area that have been laying off recently, and they just lifted the foreclosure moratorium countrywide, was lifted. And they just made it extremely easy for people to lose their house, which is a sad situation. So we decided to begin to educate people and help them and get ahead of the curve. And the second thing that we're doing is we launched this thing. I don't know if y'all been seeing the meme going around talking about, let's do business showers the way we do baby showers and bridal showers. I've been hearing it, but I've never seen anyone put it to work. So I got with my team and I said, hey, we're going to start doing business showers. So we'll be doing our first business shower this October. And what a business shower is that we are connecting with entrepreneurs who either come through my company or who I've met via social media, who are emergent entrepreneurs or who have had a rough start in business, to figure out what do you need in order to grow in your business, in order to succeed and take it to the next level. And then I have other business owners. We're coming together and we're going to seed into that business, whether it's a logo, whether it's financial advising, whether you need a financial seed to trademark a business or to do an LLC to get your business in order, whether you need to build business credit, whether you need a website built. We're going to be able to seed those things into that emergent entrepreneur and ask them, once their business get up and running, then place that seed into the next person that we do a business shower for. So we're really excited about that because we have so many people becoming entrepreneurs, but I have seen personally firsthand with the clients that I deal with, a lot of them don't build their foundation the right way. We run and get a website, we run and get business cards, we post on social media, but our back office isn't set up straight. We got an LLC, but we don't know how to use an LLC. Most
That's
business
good.
owners don't even know if you have an LLC. And if you're paying yourself through the business, you have to have a record in your LLC book every time you cut yourself a check. Otherwise, you've committed fraud against your own company. Most people don't realize when you have an LLC, if you don't sign that shareholder paperwork in the back of the book and you don't seal it, your LLC is operating not in right order. So we want to be able to help people the right way, build a strong foundation, know how to be in business the right way, opening business bank accounts, having a real spirit of integrity in everything that you do, not just offering a good product. What does your back office look like? If I come and sit in your office right now, would I be able to work for your company and it be seamless because you know where everything is and how it operates? Most small businesses do not, which into what Pastor Jamie said, it plays into customer service. You can't have great customer service if your back end is messed up. So our business showers are going to help emerging men and women of color set their business in order, and we want to gift that to them in the month of October.
Thank you so much. Wow, amazing. You guys are doing amazing things in the community. So, Janaya Baker and Kimberly Spruill, you two are lucky winners of my new CDs, Engage Your Dreams. Please, I will inbox you guys. Please send me your email address or you can post it in the comments or you can message me at www.engageyourdreams.com. We do have one lucky winner of the Legacy Conference, and that is Demita Lovin. Congratulations, Demita. You are the lucky winner of the Legacy Conference ticket giveaway.
That's my Sora.
Awesome. Congratulations. Thank you, ladies, so much for being a part of Dreamers Tell All. And before I go, you guys can reach me at www.engageyourdreams.com. I am a coach, a dream coach. And also, I do have my book, Engage Your Dreams 9 Principles to Apply to Pursue Your Dreams, and my devotional, a 45-day inspirational journal. So it was a pleasure today, you ladies. Thank you again. And thank you all for watching Dreamers Tell All live interview. Stay tuned for September because Dreamers Tell All is going international. We do have a guest all the way from my home country, Trinidad and Tobago. Her name is Crystal St. Rollins, and she is from Blush Boutique. So stay tuned. So I am excited about that, and see you guys in September. Bye.